Hello, and thanks for visiting Caregility. I'm Amy Ann Barone. I'd like to give you a demonstration today of our desktop application, which we call our iConsult desktop app. We are going to launch this right through a Chrome browser today. Our Caregility UAHE application is WebRTC enabled, so any browser that is WebRTC compatible can launch UAHE out of the box. Now, we do integrate with other applications like Philips eCare Manager and Epic Hyperspace or anything context-aware linking enabled within Epic. But today we're going to do this right through our Chrome browser. So I'm sharing, and I'm going to go ahead and just choose our customer today. We're going to select one and call right into one of our access point of care systems. Now, these are endpoints that we put into patient rooms. They're either wall mounted or they come in a cart form factor. And we're going to select our location, our unit, and our then system. I'm going to come in on hold so that I don't enable my camera or my microphone if someone is in the room. So now we're called into one of our endpoints. You can see here on the wall, these are some of the form factors for our wall systems, and this is one of our cart systems here. So we'll go through what this interface looks like. Basically, we want to provide the ability for providers to first navigate throughout the room as easily as possible with camera control. So first and foremost, we can just click and point, and the camera is going to center right to that position. If I wanted to click and hold, we're going to get a little swirly, and then it's going to zoom in a third of the way. I could do this up to 3 times, and I can zoom in again. Again, we wanted to just be able to allow the person that's calling into the room to navigate freely and as easily as possible. We'll go through these widgets on the side in this toolbar. This is how you're going to not only navigate throughout the room, but you have full camera control and audio control here as well. So we'll start up here on the top right with camera control. This gives you, so outside of that pointing and clicking I was just showing, you have full pan, tilt, zoom capability with your camera. So we can scroll around, up, down, sideways. We can zoom in further and zoom out. And then at any time you're lost, you just click the home button, whether it's in this widget here or over here on the toolbar itself. We have the camera home position. It's going to bring you right back. All of our APS, again, that stands for Access Point of Care Systems, all of our APS devices have night vision enabled. So this allows you to view into a room with low or no light conditions. So if you're observing a patient and wanted to peek in the middle of the night, all you need to do is call into the room and toggle this night view, and you'll have full visibility into the room. On the bottom here is refresh camera. If we added this feature in so that we understand that in certain circumstances, maybe a cleaning crew came in and disrupted the camera and knocked it off its coordinates. I can click refresh camera, and it's going to just turn the camera back to the the sleep position, turn it back towards the wall, reset itself, and then it's going to turn back to the home position. This really gives the again, it gives the clinician or the provider, whoever is in this call, the control to have control of that camera without having to call IT, reboot the system, and they have the ability to just manage the camera settings right here while keeping the call up and running and keeping eyes on the patient. All of these windows that come up here, you'll see that they are translucent so that you can have visibility into the room, but this up, down, sideways arrow also allows you to move them over as you need. So we'll just X that out, and we'll go through from top to bottom here all of the other controls. Again, we have the camera home position. The next one down goes through settings. So something unique about our system is that we wanted to provide the ability for the owner of the call, let's say the host or the clinician, intensivist, nurse, whomever, to have camera control and audio control within from remotely into the patient room. So let's say you have a soft-spoken patient. You can turn up the the microphone levels so that you can hear patients better. If they're having a hard time hearing you, you can turn up the speaker volume so that you can project out into the room better. Same with brightness and with the video, camera speed and focus. So you really have the ability to have a lot of control within the meeting or within the call. Once the call is disconnected, these settings, anything modified here, goes back to a default. So when the systems are installed and provisioned at setup, these defaults are set. And we do that through our pretty comprehensive administrative portal on the back end. But again, if you needed to adjust these on the fly in a call, you can do that right through here. But if I X these out, then they just go back to their default setting. If you find that maybe a new air conditioning system was put in, and every time you're having to put up the speaker levels or microphone, then you can adjust that back at the default level in the admin portal. The next one here goes through bookmarks. So typically, our wall systems are installed in a permanent location. So we know that maybe the nurse board is in the same location every day, and you want to see who's on call there. So we could have the ability to add bookmarks here. So it's as simple as just going to a specific location. If I wanted to add a bookmark, I just name it right here, click the bookmark button, and it will come up as an item here. If I wanted to delete them, I could do that as well. Now these, different from the settings, these stay with the room. So if you needed to add something, the next time you call into this room, it will be there. So we'll go back to our home position and we'll X out here. The next one down is a self view. So this just shows the video that I'm sending. So I have two cameras over here. And so this is the video that I'm presenting if you needed to see that before you went live into the room. The next one down here, the next one is a screenshot. So we put in we have the ability to take a current snapshot of something happening. Now, due to HIPAA compliance and security, we're not saving these images anywhere. But if you needed to take maybe a snapshot of a wound and at a specific time, we could do that here. You can move this around. But as soon as I hit this X mark, it's going to, it's deleted and never seen again. The next one down here is content sharing. This is one of our latest features that we've added. So this provides the ability to share content, so labs or any other image or document you needed to share to the far end or to other participants in the call. You can do this here. Come on. Yeah, that's canceled. Now I'm going to jump over here to participants on the left side. If I click that, this side window is going to come up. Now, something unique about our system is that we have the ability to invite third-party participants to a live call. This can be legacy video conferencing systems. So if I just click this arrow, it's going to provide a drop-down. So we can invite SIP or H323 video conferencing, Cisco Polycom systems. We have Link and Skype in here too. This is soon to be Microsoft Teams. But we can also send an email or a text message. So I'm going to go ahead and put in my phone number and put it in correctly. And I'm going to just click invite. Now it's going to say here that an invitation was sent and that this invitation will expire in 30 minutes. So again, part of security, we want to ensure that if either this call is dropped or that time lapses, that remote participants cannot enter these calls. They can only enter if they're invited. Now, I've received a text message that says I've been invited to a UHE call into this room specifically. And then I'm going to click a link and it's going to bring me right into this room. First, it's going to ask, would I like to access my microphone and camera? And I'm going to click allow. Now I'm going to mute because I'm in multiple settings here. And it's going to bring me in as a participant in the call. Now, any participants added are going to show on this screen as ribbons on the bottom. As a remote participant, I am always going to see, I'm just getting feedback. Let me make sure I'm muted. There we go. And now you're seeing my video here. Still getting feedback. So I'm going to go ahead and the call there and remove myself. So so the next thing, we can also invite third-party participants that can be interpretation services. So we integrate today with Stratus or In Demand, as well as, and we're working on additional interpretation services as we speak. So if we integrate that in the back end, again, through our administrative portal, we can add participants right through here. We just simply select the language and select your interpreter, click invite, they get a link, and they come right into the meeting. Something to note too, just for the text message that I received, if you notice, that call just launched directly in from my web browser. There's no app to download. It's just very simple, very easy. We want to make adding third-party participants very simple and easy. So if you needed to bring in a family member, a specialist, or anyone like that, you can do that. Just through that phone number. Same goes for that email. They would get an email and they get the same link that I got through in my text message. They would get that in an email. From a participant perspective, I also have the ability to mute or remove people from the call overall here on this participant list. So if we had multiple people on, and let's say I needed to speak to a family member, and that family member and I needed to consult about the care plan of the patient, but we didn't want to, we wanted to discuss that separately from the patient listening or seeing us. What we would do is we have this POH over here. Now, I came in this call in a private mode. So I came in not sharing my video or my audio. But if I came in originally sharing that, I have the ability to now put the patient on hold. What that's going to do is automatically mute my camera, mute my audio. But if anyone else was in the call with me, I'm still seeing their audio and their video, and they're seeing mine as well. So it allows you to have these sidebar conversations or sidebar huddles where you don't need to drop the call, initiate another call with a specialist, drop that call, and then call into the bedside again. So again, we wanted to be able to give clinicians and providers more of that control with participants and having those sidebar conversations. And this is a matter of just a toggle. So if I, toggle this again to not have it on hold, you'll see over here on the left, it now does not say patient on hold. And now I would present my video and my audio. Now, I still have the ability here to just have my microphone muted, my camera muted. These are all just simple controls. The last one down here is a doorbell. We've added this in just to add a simple notification into the room, either to let them know you're there or to get someone's attention in the room. So that doorbell activation, we actually use this to just test audio too, typically. So we can have that in there as well, again, just to get someone's attention. And then finally on the bottom right is just simply to end the call. So it's a pretty simple user interface, and I appreciate your time, taking the time to look at us today. And if you have any questions, shoot a note to info@caregility.com and we'll get back to you. Thank you so much.